She
So I
looks a bit
filmed,
brown.
I vlogged the entire session. We had 20 guests
What's
when we cooked Indian food and we spoke about the Indian Jewish heritage that was still possible during the war,
That's beautiful. Really
right?
beautiful. Yeah.
I I'm trying to think as well. There's so many things that
I can
happened.
imagine.
Evetica
I
doing?
think there was a time where flights had started to
Hi.
operate, so I went to
Is this
India, and the Israeli embassy in India reached out saying, "Can you do more content for us?"
Wow.
this
Because there was
good?
nobody else doing it, and they wanted to.
That's
No.
insane. Well done. You made an impact in the world.
Thank you. We had an Indian delegation come to Israel to see what was happening, so I
Yeah,
introduced them,
no. This does not that I
both
know of.
Hindus and Muslims, to see the reality. So I got them on camera
Hi.
to show the Indian audiences the
No.
reality of Israel. Slowly started to grow. I started to get more IDF soldiers, not talk about what they go through, but like what they go.
Is this
I
good?
don't know how to put this into words,
No.
but I have to about, for example, what is the first comfort food they would have when they come back
Oh
home,
yeah, the
Hi.
human side.
right? The human side, because people see us as demons, as demonize us. They've deleted the
Hi.
human element, but it's really hard, especially for soldiers. They don't see their families. Their wives are pregnant. Some of these wives have lost their husbands,
Yeah.
and it's really hard. Right, we feel it as a community in this
Is
country.
this working?
So I try to show the culture rather than just going on campuses and fighting, which I think is also necessary, but you have to balance it out. So I focus more on the culture. Also, India has been
Hi, is this good?
the victim of terrorism, right? India is also surrounded by very friendly neighbors. All right.
Yeah.
Just 3 or 4 days ago, we had a
Is this good now?
terrorist attack
No.
in Delhi. A car
No,
full
it's
of
good.
ammonium nitrate was blown up near Red Fort.
Jeez.
And we had in 2008 Chabad. If you know, Chabad is like I don't explain, but it's like if Israelis are traveling or Jews are traveling, they have Chabad everywhere. So if you want to go have a Shabbat dinner, you can go to Chabad.
Okay.
There are rabbis there, you can go and stay there and whatever. Chabad was attacked in India in 2008 in Mumbai. So when I said shared challenges, this is one of the shared challenges. All right, we have
Hi.
radicals around trying to destroy our existence.
Is this?
So Indians are the most, I don't know, people in the world understand what we go through. But again, they also needed to see somebody who's Indian living in the country.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it
This is
makes
weird.
representation is very important, and you know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to talk
Okay.
about something also quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, before we go. I don't want the video to be too long. It's a bit long.
We're going for dinner.
Yeah, soon in a few minutes.
Yes.
Hi.
Yes, I want to touch a bit on anti-Semitism.
Is this good?
Yes. How do you combat?
Wait, this is actually good.
So online, me as a person, when I go online and I'm, trying to keep up to date
Yeah,
with what's
it's working
happening,
now.
Right.
I see comments like baby killers. I see comments like
Is this good?
I see something say Netanyahu and stuff like that. Like,
Is this good?
how do you?
Yeah, I don't know. This
how,
is better.
How has that impacted you, and how have you find a way, to?
Okay,
to
now
do
it's
that?
yeah. Okay,
Okay.
hopefully.
So when I think of anti-Semitism, I also think of anti-India hate. Both these communities get so much
Double common
hate.
point,
Yeah, it's like double trouble and double blessing. And I'm like, why? We're trying to do good in the world. Like, why the hell would you hate us?
Oh,
Like, what is your problem, man? You know what I mean? But you cannot
hate.
debate or have a discussion with somebody who's not ready to listen. So I focused on creating a community who will support me. And I proudly say this, if you go to my comment section and if you see an anti-Semitic comment, I don't even have to respond. My followers will take care of them.
Good, good. I see you built a strong community.
I have, and I love them. Shout out to Moses in Israel community. You guys are fabulous, like chumma. All right?
Love.
The second thing I do is I'm
do.
aware, but I don't react. Like, yes, I'm feeling bad, but why do I want to put energy into these comments? It's not worth it. it's not worth it. It's not worth my energy. I can do so many constructive things. Why would I focus on something that's so destructive, right? And haters are going to hate anyway.
True.
There are a few organizations where you can report these comments to, and they work
Damn,
with
son.
Google and Instagram and YouTube to take them down.
Okay, that's
Because there are some
Rahmat
comments that
Allah.
are not okay,
yeah.
right? Like we discussed today, if they
I don't
cannot,
even
if they
know
can't
them.
find facts, they start accusing or start
It's something whole.
personally on your family, your heritage, and that's not okay, right? But I try my best to. I'm reading all those comments, right? And your brain is primal. You'll have 100 comments that are fabulous, positive, but there'll be one comment. There'll be one comment that'll be like, "Oh, Indian Jew, go drink cow piss,"
Terrible.
right? Things like that.
Yeah. Wow, that's really tough. We've touched quite on
Nice.
a lot of topics. Before we
Crazy.
go,
Yes.
what
Where are we
message,
going? I'm just starting to talk to your audience right now.
what message do you have for my audience and for the world?
All right. Oh, message. Oh my gosh.
Please, something. To,
Oh my gosh. You put me
based
in
on
a.
everything like
Damn,
you've been through,
that's
your
crazy.
experiences.
Right.
Something to the world, like to people that don't really understand the struggle of the Jews and the Indians, because you're in a very interesting position where you're a Jew,
Right.
and you're an Indian,
Right.
and you're getting a double combo of trouble. Right. So, like people that are ignorant, what message did you have for them?
I think first of all, educate yourselves, because I know you might have some preconceived notions, and you might sometimes pick a side, but try and educate yourself before you start picking a side and start fighting for it. Especially if you're influencers and you have a following, it really creates an impact, right?
That.
So I think just reading and
Keep
being exposed to the right content sources is very important. That's number one. Number two,
that was a pretty good
why do
class.
you want to waste your energy hating on someone? If you don't like them, just don't watch their content,
Easy.
right?
That's it. I agree with that.
I just grew up with a lot of love, so I'm trying to give love to the audience. I think it's very important. We have seen enough hate. Also, if you don't live in the Middle East, don't comment. Just saying. Or if you don't live in Ukraine or Russia, don't comment. Right? Like, yes, you can have a political commentary, but like just picking sides, because only we know what we are going through. Right? We go through these rock. We didn't talk about it, but my family was impacted by the Iran war. My parents were homeless for 2 months.
Spread. Yeah, because Tel Aviv was attacked as well.
We live in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv was attacked. The ballistic missile fell 50 meters away from my parents' apartment. We were
That
in the
was
safe
crazy.
zone, thank God. But it was so it was it's a ballistic missile. Came from a speed of like 6,000 kilometers per hour, something like that. All right. So the door flew open, everything was destroyed. I can send you footage if you want to give people context. And my parents, because my sister lives with them, they were homeless for about 2 months. So thanks to the Israeli government, they gave them accommodation in a hotel till they could find an alternative accommodation. Yes. And they just a month ago found an apartment, and they just moved in. But it took a lot. I'm the older child, so I felt responsible for them. So I was doing all the running around, filling all the forms. But people don't see that sign, right? People just see the good. Oh, we're going to. But it is what it is. But this is our life, and a lot of people ask me, "Do you want to go back to India?" And I said, "No, this is my homeland now." I mean, India is my motherland, right? I mean, it pampered me, it gave me love, and Israel gave me. Is my fatherland, give me tough love.
I like that take.
But as an Indian, I want to be able to give my tribute, or I don't know, give my love to the Indian people. So that's why I'm doing India Israel. It's very important for me. And thanks to you for giving me the spotlight.
Thank you for accepting.
Always, I'm always accepting love with open arms, because people who are unique and in the niche
Did you see the one on my face?
as much spotlight
About
as the
kind of
mainstream
like
people
hit
do.
my eyes. It was
But
so
we
close
have
to
some
my eyes.
really, we can do things that can change I don't know.
Cheat.
The narrative, maybe.
Yes, that, and bring in a different perspective. Like I say that all the time. Israel focuses
I
on
might
the
have even
West.
said
It's
that.
about time we focus on the
Probably
East.
not though. If he actually shouted me.
So that
The person for the job.
I am,
You are indeed. Lovely.
and hopefully someday I will be able to take you to India to have to go on an Indian Jewish tour.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so very much. Really, thank you for
Thank
your time.
you.
Thank you for like the lovely answers.
Okay.
And thank you for the message
It's
that
Bob.
you've given to the
It's
audience
Bob.
and to the
Thank
world
you.
at large. You're such a lovely person. Bless
Thank you.
Todaraba. So guys, there is, you heard it straight from Revi, the Indian Jew. She's here trying to change the narrative, also showing the human side, trying to connect the Indian and the Jewish sides together. Amazing. Thank you. And catch you soon. Guys, make sure you
Yes.
smash like, subscribe, give me some love. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Also comment if you think we should do a dance video together.
Amazing. That would be good.
Lol.
All right, guys. Peace
It's
out.
crazy.
We're finally doing this.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's normally through the Zoom and you're out there doing your thing, but it's great to sit down
Well,
together.
thank you for having me, but also the scale of your empire here is quite something.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
Most people, when they come,
yeah.
they're thinking, and then they see what's going on. It's exciting.
Very
Wait,
impressive.
what's this?
Oh, dude, and it's starting with the grifter recognizing the grifter, man.
Even. Why
You built
isn't
a
he?
great gift.
I don't
You
know.
built a great
Actually,
grift
once.
empire here, PBD. Yes, I know. Most people think that it's small, but they show up and they see how much money this grift makes. Was that Bolsonaro? It was Bolsonaro, absolutely.
Impressive.
Yes, and I know you and Vinny, you guys have a very unique bond together. He loves being on the show.
I love him coming on. Vinny has an energy unlike anybody I think I've ever met in my life. And what I love is he just gives it back to everyone that gives it to him. There's no quarter given. But also, he's an unpredictable guy. You can't box him in the way that people like to. They try and box him in as you're this and you're that.
Yeah.
And he'll often say,
This is important, dude. He's describing.
I don't know what my
The
teammate
circus
was
master
doing.
here is explaining why the lion, the subject, the hyena, is so good. If you listen to what Piers is saying here, these are the people you should surround yourself to properly grift. He's giving away the game here, folks.
actually, I don't think that. I don't think, he's an interesting character.
Yeah, made for TV,
Yes.
period. Made for TV. Every time I see these thumbnails and Vinny's
And PBD's there saying, made for people.
That was-
You're not going to get all the credit for this hyena, sir. I played a part. I made this Frankenstein. It's alive. It was me. It was not just you, Piers. You got to share some credit. You got to share some credit. I know this is The Rock met PBD. Now I know that The Rock is cooking. Dude, he got paid for that one. All of the celebrities get paid for the PHP conferences, is my understanding. Mr. Elos is Cuban PBD. Dude, I can't do the accent. I can't do it. PBD uses the emotional chart when Vinny gets too excited about FC.
pictures like that, or when he's so animated, so you can always pick something. But Piers, I'm trying to see what angle to take with you. So there's a couple that I want to talk to you about, your relationship with the president. I want to talk to you about some of the stuff with Israel that you've hosted. So I think you hosted the first big one with Bassem Youssef came on, that one fiery 30-something million views. And then there was a back and forth. But also with what's going on with London. So right now in U.S., Mamdani just became the mayor of New York City.
Mamdini
Financial capital. Prior to that, the financial
Okay, we can
Mamdini.
skip this because we
I
saw
don't
it
know.
previously. We're going to get to the
Funny name.
juicy stuff. We're going to get to Tommy Robbins.
Mamdini.
They talk about
Mamdini
Mamdani and Sadiq.
Because,
Mujahideen.
on the other side, Nancy Pelosi stepping down. Newsom, you hear that voice coming up. And you're an interesting place because you do business in New York. You have a property, I believe, in L.A. You're in London. You're going back and forth. So you kind of are able
Mamdini,
to,
Mujahideen.
compare all those different climates. But going back to UK, London. So we see the videos. We see Tommy Robinson. I have Tommy Robinson on. I know you guys have had your set of back and forth, and I've followed it over the years of what's happened. But
Bitch.
what do you think about what Tommy says? Not his background, not any of the criminal stuff, not any of that
My
stuff
dog.
that maybe you guys have issues with. I'm
My dog.
not trying to do the personal stuff. What do you think about what Tommy is showing when he's going in the streets, having 100,000 people showing up, a lot of people in London
freaking
finally coming out
Moldova.
saying the Overton window of immigration.
Yeah.
Now, even people in London, the story came out last week, they're even more aggressively.
Why are we watching this part? Because it's important. The day that Piers Morgan endorses Valentina Gomez, Tommy Robinson fully, start packing your bags, folks. Start packing your bags, because that means it's over. That means that they are actually going to start denaturalizing and deporting. Thank God that Piers has not gone on this side yet. As soon as he does, get ready. I'm getting denaturalized. You're getting denaturalized. I'm going back to Venezuela. You're going back to wherever you're from, folks. So this is
So
very
he's a
important
left-wing
to
guy?
watch.
Okay.
Pro anti-immigration than
I'm
America.
not
They're like, "We
going.
don't
I don't
want
know.
any more
Most
of this
people are
for
illegal,
you,
so I
somebody
bet
who's
most
from
people
what have
aren't
you
going
noticed the
back.
changes?
I think he's just
London
using this
since
as
Muslims started
propaganda.
entering decades ago.
Well, I think it's the problem has been massively exaggerated. However, that it
Thank God. Thank you, Piers. Thank you, Piers, for not embracing this remigration meme. Piers Morgan, if you can hear me, please don't get me deported. Piers Morgan, if you can hear me, please don't get me deported. I was born here. I'm an American citizen. Please, Piers Morgan, don't let them deport me. Thank God.
What? I don't know what he's
Dude,
talking
he came
about.
out and
Trump
said,
doesn't
"There's
want.
too many
I don't know
Muslims.
anyone that
Pack your
wants
bags, folks. They're about to
To
crack
deport
down. It's going to be
any
children of men
immigrants.
style shit. I never think says, do you think Piers calls PBD to borrow Vinny? Does I think so, right? It has to be like Barnum and Bailey calling the Ringling Bros. Hey, can I borrow your elephant for the day? It has to be like that. It has to be shared custody.
is a rising problem. That's how I would categorize it myself.
Damn.
Tommy Robinson resonates
That
with
was
people because
one of
two
the
things.
best shots I could have
One,
made
he
there,
was
and he still
absolutely
stayed there.
right about the grooming gang scandal in the north of England. It was a horrendous scandal involving almost exclusively British Pakistani men abusing young white English girls. That was the scandal, and it was going on for years. It was horrific.
That was
These girls were
crazy. I
being
can't believe it
appallingly
didn't go in.
abused by a particular section of the community. But nobody dared say what that community was because they were trapped in woke ideology that you can't name a criminal if it doesn't suit the woke agenda. And so Tommy Robinson was one of those people that early on began calling this out, and he was right to do so, and he deserves credit for doing it. Mainstream media weren't completely oblivious. One guy on the Times actually exposed it originally and kept banging that drum. But many people in the establishment in the UK conspired to cover it up. They didn't want this. They thought it would be too much of a powder keg to say what actually happened, which is this was British Pakistani men abusing white English girls. That was it. And they should have been clear with what was going on.
He put the blame on the government. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, Piers. You just bought Muslims another 6 months in the UK, Piers, with this.
So Tommy Robinson deserves credit.
What?
Let's
Why
not
do
get
they
into his
think
background.
they're
I have
gonna
no issues about it. I have no issues about some of the
immigrated out of-
sanitization of who he is when he comes on American shows because he tends to.
I don't
think, be
get
very
it.
disingenuous. But park all that.
I don't get how
Why is
that
he
will
also
happen.
gathering
to be
momentum
honest.
now with his marches, which used to be, really a bunch of thugs running around, attacking police and so on. But it's morphed into a much bigger number of people. Many of them are completely peaceful. Many of them share his concerns about immigration failures, in terms of policy failures in the country for decades now. And again, on that specific, he's right. And the reason he's right is you can go back to really, it's interesting,
Downward.
I think the way this
I think I could have
played out.
scored
Tony
that.
Blair in the early 2000s opened the floodgates on immigration, but to
I
Eastern
got-
Europe. And so we suddenly had a massive influx of people from Eastern Europe into the UK. And this was deemed to be a good thing, and then it became a
What?
thing that was slightly out of control. And then generally, immigration seemed to spiral out of control, both legal and illegal.
I don't know why
We
he
started
had
getting this
to
problem
do
on the
that.
boats coming over from
This is important because Piers has a long-standing feud with Tony Blair. They've kind of patched it up over the years. But if he can put the blame on Tony, he's going to put the blame on Tony. They fell out because of the Iraq War. It's a long story. I'm going to make a Piers video to explain why he is the grifter god. And it's pretty funny to see him carry over that tension. I will always blame Tony Blair. I never says, can I use Vinny to be my gesture? I mean, be on my show, PvP. I would pay to see those text messages, man. I would pay to see them.
France. It's now up to 50, 60,000 people a year are coming in illegally on these small boats. No one appears to have any idea
What did
how to
he
stop
do?
this happening. But more, I think more.
Yeah, it
than
almost was
2 years ago, we
effective,
had a net
actually.
migration in the UK, of legal migration, of nearly 1 million people. Now, to put it in context, we only have just under 70 million people in the UK. You bring in 1 million people a year, legally, and add them to the already creaking infrastructure. You know, we have the much vaunted national health system, the NHS, was designed in the 50s
Why is he
for a
pushing
population of 50 million. We now have a population of nearly 70 million. So comparative to America, we're a fifth of the size, but in comparison to where we were in the 50s, we are massively bigger population. The strain on all of our
Nice.
infrastructure, all our public services, has been getting worse and worse and worse in direct correlation to the size of our population. And that is what's been fueling a lot of the anger. A lot of people at the pandemic, add the cost of living crisis, so add years of really tough times for a lot of people, particularly working class people in Britain.
Yeah, we're doing
And they
pretty
see a lot
well.
of people coming in either illegally or with the blessing of the state, with many dependents. And they see with the illegal migrants coming over on the southern border, they get put in 3, 4-star hotels. They get treated way better than the way that many people are living their lives who are in the country illegally already. And it causes a lot of resentment. Then you add, inevitably, when you get these kind of numbers coming in, that you're going to get migrants committing crimes. And when they do, this becomes a hugely inflammatory thing.
This is why Piers is such an effective actor, man. He just said everything that Valentina Gomez, that every Tommy Robinson grifter type, violent thugs wants to say in the most rational way possible, not blaming anyone really, just describing hell, acknowledging that people have serious problems, that people have a right to be angry, but not saying like Valentina Gomez, and that's why we have to kill all the Muslims. Okay?
Really?
This is a.
I don't know. He was the
How
orange
has
guy
Piers
was
Morgan
playing well.
not been drafted into diplomacy? He should be the UK's representative to the United States, or the UK's representative to fucking Somalia, man. This guy would end the war in Darfur in 24 hours. He would
It's
actually
crazy.
do that. They are wasting his brain. Everything that these grifters have said, man, Douglas Murray, all of those types said here in a completely rational way where when you hear it, you don't feel all dirty. And that's why, what would Piers Morgan do, man? What would Piers Morgan do? Always ask yourself, what would Piers Morgan do? You're getting bad service at a restaurant, would Piers Morgan start screaming and yelling? No, that's what Vinny would do. That's what Vinny would do. I'm not trying to be Vinny. I don't want to be the
Who is
hyena.
Vinny? I don't
want
even
to
know
be the
who
circus master. Let's catch up with the champ. Mr. Lou says Piers Morgan is based for being against the Iraq
And I
War.
don't know who
That is true. He made his
Valentina
bones on
Gomez
it,
is.
and he still stands by it. Even if he faked those photos, I don't give a shit, man. He was on the right side of history every time. Arya says everyone who appears on PBD has to have MAGA over their left shoulder. That's that's true. Mr. Elu says not being unhinged. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I never think it's because he doesn't want to leave his show. What do you mean by that? But yeah, not being unhinged gets you so far in life. Just not being crazy, being diplomatic. Yeah. He doesn't want to leave his show. What do you mean I hate everything?
Thing. So again, on that,
And by the way, when I say he's on the right side of history, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but he supported Israel. What I mean is think of it on the meta-political level. Piers Morgan was on the side of Israel when it was convenient and then went to the side of Palestine when it was convenient. Everything he did was politically expedient for his brand. If you want to know what's going on in the world and which side you should take for public appearances, Piers Morgan is the guy. He's the guy. Because he's a postmodern wizard, bro. He doesn't
I don't
believe in
know about it.
anything. The only thing he believes in is the grift. He believes in nothing. He is a Baudrillardian. Come on.
Yeah, he believes in nothing, but I think he should
Aspect of it
believe
all.
in the
Robinson
right
is
side. I
correct.
think.
So
I
if you
don't
look
know,
at this
but
number,
he's
this is the
angry
estimated
too
Muslim
much at
population in
Israel,
UK
and he
by
used to be
percentage from 83
too
to
angry
today.
at the
I'm sure you've seen this,
Palestinians.
500,000 in 83, 1%. And then it cracked 1 million in 97, 14 years later, and then 2 million, and then 4 million, and then some say 5 million today, 6-7% of the population. You have flirted with the concept of wanting to run for prime minister. I heard, whether you're joking or you're being serious, if there
He's
is.
joking. No, Piers, don't joke about that. Don't tease us. Don't tease
Okay, I
us.
got it.
Don't
Wait,
tease me, Piers.
I
Please,
got it.
please run for prime minister. Please, please. If I get one wish in life, it's to make Piers the prime minister of the UK. Please,
Really?
please. Come on.
He
He
doesn't
can't
seem
joke
British,
about that.
to
He
be
can't.
honest.
He can't hype us up like that, man. He cannot hype us up. Come on, man. Come on. Piers. Run for PM, bro.
Is a crazy personality
Yeah.
that could pull it off, you probably have the
Philip
personality
Morris.
to pull it off. But let's just say you do say, you know what, I'm going to get in there and I'm being hired as a, true, strategic, or I'm going to run for this. Do you think this growth, the way it's going right now, getting to 10, 20, 30%, do you think it is a good idea to keep allowing people to come in to combine the Islam way of thinking, what their ideas are, and coexist with the Western ideology?
Well, I think there are issues which are serious to be considered. For example, it's been reported there are as many as potentially 85 unofficial Sharia courts in the UK now, which are not operating under UK law, they're operating in their own law for their own communities. That clearly is not a good thing in a country like the UK. I would say, look, we have a very high Muslim population now, comparative percentage-wise to the United States. In fact, I think they're not far off in terms of total numbers to the whole of America. So
Which
we have a
is
lot
crazy
of Muslims
because
in
they're
the UK. We've
way
always
less
been a very
population in
multicultural, very tolerant place. That's why people want to come and live there, a bit like America. I would say the vast majority, I've said this before and I say it again, the vast majority of Muslims living in the UK have assimilated perfectly well and live perfectly peaceful
Yeah, it's true.
lives which contribute to society. The problem is, I think, coming with the sheer volume of people coming in and the sheer volume coming in illegally as well, where, as you've had in the United States, people have actually no idea who these people really are, how radicalized they may be, what their plans may be when they get to the United Kingdom. And then you see the quite disturbing spectacle of protests, say, in London during the
Crazy that
Israel...
How
one
can you
in.
not be a diplomat? Dude, listen to that. That was all perfectly reasonable talk. No blame.
Mushahidini.
There's a reason he won The Apprentice. There's a reason Trump saw so much in this guy. He can. This is a slick man. Ooh, he's a slick man. He's a bad mama jamma, dude. This is Piers, silver-tongued Clinton. Silver-tongued Piers, man. He could talk you into anything. Let's catch up with a chat. Ari says, Piers hates Meghan and Harry so much. I don't know why he goes on and on about that. Do people in the USA care about that? I don't even know anything about them. Yeah, because she stood him up, as Mr. Elu says. It's pretty funny. She stood him up on a date. Not a date, like on a dinner or something. Because Piers is a married man. Efra says, who is the remaining magas at this point? The ultra rich and powerful and assumes
still a
cultists.
date,
I don't
technically.
get some people. It's a lot of cult, Efra. That's what I see. I see a lot of cult people. Because the rich, I get it. They're in it because they're making money. The other people, it's just a cult. Completely agree with that description. Foil Hat, I think Foil Hat has seen the light. I think Foil Hat has seen the Badralardian light, Arya. I Everything says, Piers Morgan loves rage baiting. Why be a diplomat when he just rage baits and hosts his own circus? Imagine Piers Morgan being the diplomat as a rage baiter in, like, I don't know, the Rwandan genocide. He's like, you know,
That was
the
good.
Tutsis come up and they go,
It was
they
good.
killed my
Crazy.
family. Hang on. Let's hear what the Hutu have to say. Maybe they have some points. Hang on. You have to let him speak, Kagame. You have to let him speak. Dude, just rage baiting. Putting it on Piers Morgan uncensored. Ridiculous.
It's still
Why is Piers
49.
dressed like a
It's like
Walter,
nothing.
though? A waiter. Because
No,
he's
there
here
isn't
to
ranked,
serve. He's here to serve. I can just imagine Piers debating for PM and then randomly...
Yes, no, there isn't ranked.
And here I have Vinny. Vinny is going to... No, that's Australia.
Oops.
Piers doing question time with Vinny.
Hamas war, where people are
40%.
brazenly supporting Hamas
That's pretty
in these
easy.
protests.
That went
And,
downhill.
Hamas is a prescribed terror group in the United Kingdom.
I'll
That
do
should
more
be
of that,
not
yeah.
happening.
I didn't
So there
realize
is a
that.
rising
I still
concern,
need to
which
do
Robinson has tapped into, and some would say, his critics
and
would say,
tournament
he's fueled
matches.
for his own devices.
I'll
but
do
he's
that
tapped into a genuine
later
concern.
when I'm
And the
already
worrying
in the
thing for
top
the government should be
40%.
that as their popularity plunges, the popularity of people like Robinson and like the Reform Party under Nigel Farage, although those two don't get on, you're seeing a rising sentiment in the UK that we're losing our identity as a country. And what should we do about
Or
it? Whilst
we're losing
preserving
our
the
identity as a
UK's
country.
historic position
Or
of being a welcoming, tolerant country, proudly multicultural. How do you juggle that with the sheer volume of people coming in and the impact that's having on local communities? And how do you stop communities developing within communities? In other words, how do you stop the fragmentation of our society, where you have little separate worlds developing?
I love it. It's just perfectly reasonable questions with no answers, which is designed to make you crazy. It's just Piers is here doing his wizard magic. You're hypnotized. You're going, What's the answer, Piers? I don't have any answers. I'm just asking the question.
In all major cities and towns. These are genuine concerns. And for people in the old days, these used to be shut down, these conversations, by people saying, well, you're racist. We're long past that stage. People now openly talk about this in UK on political shows and so on. And you're no longer just labelled a racist if you express concern about immigration. Everybody feels that this is getting unsustainable. So the question is, what do we do about it?
So you have
It's
how many
pretty
kids? You have
bad.
4 kids? Okay.
No answer. No answer. I love it. I love it. Asking the right questions. Hey, asking the right questions is like 90% of the solution, isn't it? He doesn't have to give you the answers. He's not prime minister. You want the answers from Piers, you got to pay him. You got to pay him a salary. And the UK not using his brain is just so sad. It's so sad. Arya says Piers looks so sensible, whereas PBD looks like a mobster. PBD's suits are so bad. They're so bad. Completely agree, Arya. This is an unusual outfit for Piers. I would have expected the whole thing. You know, like the whole getup, the whole suit. But I'm here, I'm casual. He should have come in a top hat. And just, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Like, Mr. Elo says Piers doing the Socratic method. He's a college professor. Are you kidding me? College professor, hypnotist, rage baiter, the greatest.
I don't even really know how to say this without feeling like I'm living in like some kind of like weird dystopia. But now your refrigerator that you've paid thousands of dollars for is going to be serving you ads. That's right. That's right. You're getting ads
I already
for
saw
being for buying a refrigerator.
Can we talk about why there are ads on my Netflix that I pay for or my Prime? Like, excuse me.
Because you're paying for it. You just answered your own question. Why are they doing the thing to make more money that I keep giving them money for? Because you keep giving them money.
Hello.
What's the point of paying for a subscription service and not have ads?
There's no way of escaping Myrtle Beach pirate ads.
What does a guy have to do to watch a video without getting 45 seconds of unskippable ads in your face?
Download fucking ad blocker, you girl. Like, we have a big problem. Like, that's a young guy, right? This is what's happened with computers. And tell me if you guys feel like this is kind of where so give me a minute. Let me show you this. So
I can't believe he got that, but that's nice. Damn, what is that? That was
okay,
terrible.
wait a second. 50. Okay.
It wasn't. Yeah, I guess it could have been comparable. I just think that it's to
So
what he
what's
did.
happened
But whatever.
is that we've had
He made two
a
huge
problem
mistakes that
where
resulted in a goal.
basically boomers are 100% retarded with computer. Millennials are, let's say, 20% retarded with computer. And now, as Gen Z has computers and Gen Alpha has computers, now they are also reaching, once again, 100% retarded with computer. Because computers are so good now that you never have to diagnose and troubleshoot problems because the computers do it themselves. They have their own internal diagnostics. Here's a great parallel that skips us. Like now, here's a parallel that puts us here. Cars. Your car has a problem. What do? If you've got a new car, you take it down to AutoZone and you have them read the error code and they tell you what's wrong with it. Well, I'm old enough to remember that whenever my car had a problem, my dad opened the fucking hood and he figured out what the fuck the problem was. And so in the same way that a lot of us are smarter than our parents with computers, our parents are smarter than us with cars because we had to fix our computer problems and they had to fix their car problems. But now with young guys and young people out there, they don't have to fix their computer problems or their car problems.
I think, no,
they don't have to do shit.
What is it, 20-second forfeit?
That's it. And
Yeah,
so
that's the 20-second
that's what's happening.
forfeit.
That's a big
I got
issue.
it.
This is totally beside the point, but it's a big issue. Was your dad good with computers? My mom said that one day, my dad said that his hands will never touch a keyboard. That's the way he felt about computers. He said these hands will never touch a computer.
My God, bro.
Oh, they got a big ad.
Who do we have to sue to get
Please go to the Las Vegas fucking bubble thing.
less ads on YouTube? Because I'm convinced at this point it's like headed into a direction where we're gonna have like 20 seconds of the video and then 30 seconds of ads.
Samsung just announced that their refrigerators will now show you ads while you're cooking dinner on a screen that costs
It's a very long.
$3,000.
I'm sorry, but like, if you buy a refrigerator that sends you ads, you are a dick-eating retard. That's it.
There are people that do it.
You're a dick-eating retard.
If it's released by a big company, no matter what, there'll be people.
In the 1970s, but
buying
today
it.
that number is over 5,000 ads.
Oh my God.
And executives are just getting started. Let me show you exactly what Samsung is doing. To enhance our service and offer additional content to users, advertisements will be displayed on the cover screen for the weather, color, and daily board themes. What do you mean additional content to users? What user is asking for additional content
would
in the
anybody
form of
want this?
advertisements playing on their refrigerator screen? And of course, Samsung claims this is for your convenience. Speaking of which, this video is sponsored by... Just kidding, I don't do sponsors. This is one of the refrigerators receiving the ad update. The
Good one.
Bespoke AI 4-door flex. I don't know why they're naming these things as if they're car models, but the price is $3,000.
Lol.
$4,000 for a fucking refrigerator?
What? Isn't that a normal price for a refrigerator?
That's a
$500.
computer.
$399. At least that's what it says today, because yesterday when I looked at this exact model, it said $2,949, and I wrote that number.
AI vision inside? Wait, so the refrigerator has AI vision? What the fuck?
Yeah, it
Down
is
in
weird.
preparation for this video. So that tells me
It
that
is
they're
weird.
actually doing dynamic
Very
pricing, maybe
crazy, I
even
know.
AI dynamic pricing. If we look at some
All of them do this based off of, they do it through IP address telemetry based off of income in the area. They totally have this mathed out to a science, and they can calibrate the exact price point that they think they can generate a sale at. It's super common. Anybody that knows anything about advertising knows all about this. It's just regional pricing on steroids, basically.
of the selling points of owning this very expensive refrigerator, one of those is AI vision inside. You can keep track of what's inside. Yeah, so can the company. This review says, "Help me please. Last upgrade put advertising and news streaming across my fridge."
So, yeah, no, she's right about that. So in the UK, what they're probably going to do in 3 years is that if you have more than 3 things of ice cream in your house,
3
in your
things.
freezer, your
They have to
smart
be things.
refrigerator will be able to tell that. They'll
Should-
send that
should have
information
done
to
it
the
faster.
UK government. The UK government will come and arrest you and put you in jail for eating too much ice cream. Yeah, it's going to be a charge. It should be illegal, exactly.
I do not want ads or
Which,
news.
by the way, I'm joking about this, but I'm not completely joking about it. I think that there's a world where that happens. I'm being serious.
In the sanctity of my kitchen. This
1
is the
minute
Silicon
and
Valley
20
playbook.
it's still
Take
not a
something
forfeit,
that
like, I
works,
wouldn't
add
forfeit.
Wi-Fi and a screen to it,
Yes.
then sell back a worse version than what you
For
already
twice as
had,
much.
now with advertisements.
Today's episode of I Wasted My Money So You Don't Have To, I give you this fridge. Let's go over it. It also has this AI system that scans your food in and out every single time. So let's see what the AI system thinks that I have in my fridge. Click this button here. Oh, look at all this lovely stuff.
I think this is a
Lovely.
forfeit.
Do you see this
This
picture?
would be pretty good if, like,
This
you
is
were
supposed
a
to be a
girl and you were
forfeit.
worried that, like, your boyfriend was cheating on you. You could get one of these, this AI thing, and that way you would be able to tell if his side hose were getting into the refrigerator or not. Because you see, like, it takes a photo of a person's hand. And so then you could see their hand, and it's like, if it's got, you know, it's like, well, why was there a hand here with, like, pink, you know, fingernail polish on it? And it's because he's cheating on you. You see what I'm saying?
Picture here. This picture here is my husband's head as he leaned into the fridge. What does the fridge think it is? An avocado.
Your husband's an avocado. Okay.
Thanks.
But Samsung
Sure.
is doubling down. They plan to put more screens on all of their home appliances, and this allows them to
Exciting.
do 2 things. 1, they can have AI and upsell for these products, and 2, they can show
This is
apps.
the type of AI that we were looking at the other day about how a lot of companies incorporate AI, but they're just doing it as a buzzword without it actually increasing the value proposition of the product. I think this is a perfect example of that right here.
Ads. We're now seeing screens on washers, dryers, microwaves, ovens.
Damn,
Imagine
so-
walking through your home and every appliance now has a
It's
screen
still
playing an
practically
ad. I mean, this is where
impossible to win
Samsung and many other
for
companies are
someone
taking it.
around
But this
the
is where it
same
gets
range.
interesting. The company
To
Vizio
score
offers
like
smart
4
TVs,
goals.
but that's not
I don't know.
actually their business model.
have a
In
smart
Even
TV.
5, but
2023,
4
Vizio's
before
Platform Plus,
overtime.
this is the ads and
Which is
streaming
1
portion
minute.
of their company, had gross profits of $365 million, but their TV sales actually lost money at
Even if
negative
that one, and I bet they
see
wouldn't.
how this happens. Look at this. Plumbing 65 to 70% margins. So I can't give you
No.
guys any numbers of, like, any of the margins that, like, I know about, but I will tell you this. That is a ridiculous fucking margin. Most businesses operate around 10 to 30% margin. That is insane. 65 to 70% margin. Wow. 10 to 20? Well, I was adding in some tech companies, but sure.
$65 million, but their
7%
TV
stealing,
sales
yeah.
actually lost money at negative $8.6 million. This is stunning because that literally means each TV they produce, they lose money on.
This is not McDonald's, excuse me. This is the basically the same thing. Xbox model as well. Is that, like,
Oh,
PlayStation? A lot of
this
consoles
is actually
were loss
crazy.
leaders, and
I
the
didn't
games
realize
and
that.
the peripherals
It's small
were
me
really
a
made
full of
money back.
cleaning. I didn't realize.
They're using
extremely
these
common.
TVs as a means to get into customers' home because once they're in the home, that's where the real money comes from. The TV is being used as an advertising platform. Jeep owners have started
right.
seeing ads pop up in their infotainment system. These ads
Purchase peace of mind. Mopar Vehicle Protection Maximum Care Plans are factory backed to offer you peace of mind in case of a mechanical breakdown. Press the call button to speak with a specialist. Odometer must be less than 36,000 miles
Well,
to
luckily
purchase.
it's my
This
ball.
right here doesn't bother me a lot
Oh,
because
he's-
it reads
he's
as if
fine.
it's basically
Well,
AAA.
also he's
So
fine,
I don't
so
know
that's
enough
all
about this
it
to
is.
criticize it at this current point in time. Now, I would like, in my opinion, any type of functionality at a car that a car has being locked behind a paywall, I think is a legitimate, and I'm not using this word hyperbolically, dangerous precedent to set that should not be allowed at all. Would you like a warranty ad, basically? Yeah. I think that the company trying to sell you a warranty for your car through something like this is not insane.
Are wanting these Jeep
What is he
owners to
doing?
And
extend their
it should be illegal, by
Oh
the way.
yeah,
It's
he
just
got
literally
late to
illegal.
the.
Like my car, for example, tells me when it's time to come in for an oil change or when it's time to, you know, go in for an inspection.
warranty. It's basically an upsell from a company called Mopar. Imagine this pops up in your car and you're trying to read and
Somebody said, could you explain margins? Okay, real quick. I apologize for interrupting. I'll just go back 5 seconds. So, you know, I'm not getting in the way of this. So a margin is the amount of money
What
you
is
make
he
on something.
doing?
So like, let's say that you sell something for $1.
Oh, I don't really care.
And let's say $100.
I guess
It's easier
I'm
that
gonna
way.
forfeit.
For $100, and it took you $30 to make. Well, you just have a 70% margin because 70% of the money that you're making is profit. So 30% is operating costs. It's like the difference between gross profit versus net profit. So gross profit is, well, basically it's revenue versus profit, gross versus net. It's basically that's the percentage of money that you are making after you remove all the expenses that it took to cost to make the money. So that's the amount of money that you're actually taking home yourself for the sale, not money that you had
At
to
least
spend
he's
in order to
doing
make the
something.
sale
I just
itself.
find it really weird that at this rank
Please
he
put ads on
doesn't
my
go for
Smartforge.
kickoff.
Okay. I'll let them know to do that, okay? I'll have it be like on the little plate there. I'll have it be like, hey, you want to buy a banana from the grocery store? They're on sale right now.
an upsell from a company called Mopar. Imagine this pops up in your car and you're trying to read and see, what does this even mean? What is this about? What's happening to my vehicle? Only to figure out that it's an ad. And then you have to try to figure out how to close this as you're driving down the street. And actually, for a lot of drivers, these keep popping up and they won't go away. So the driver will click OK or
His
click out
teammate
of it
left. We
within
can
a few
win.
minutes.
Well, here's the problem. Let me go back and replace this. So here's the problem with a picture like this, is that, let me go back, I'll show you.
Lol.
And the problem is that both of these answers, Bluetooth call, is actually yes. And then okay is yes, but later. That's it. So it's either yes now or yes later. The only way that you can actually opt out of this is by pressing the X. It's blatant manipulation.
Later, it's popping back up, and it's very distracting. I mean, they're effectively encouraging distracted driving. I was actually curious, how much are people paying for these vehicles that are now showing them advertisements? The base model for a 2025 Jeep Wrangler is $34,000 MSRP, and for their most expensive model, it's $101,000.
That's the one that's going to have
Can
the
you
shit in it.
imagine paying $100,000 for a vehicle
I don't know
that is
how
now
he
showing
couldn't
you
get that,
advertisements as you're
but
driving 75
we're
miles
gonna
per
win
hour
anyway.
on the freeway?
Well,
Executives
you won't
really
have to because you'll be dead because you'll get in an accident because you were distracted.
That
I do
was a
think this
bit
kind of
quick.
stuff should be very tightly regulated.
Okay.
Like we already have laws about like using your phone while you're driving, for example, right? And this is a good thing. Like I use my phone while I'm driving.
Oh,
on
nice
it
shot.
all the time. But like I try to do it whenever I'm like not actually like driving. I'm like at a stoplight or something like that. The fact is that this is obviously unsafe. This is an unsafe space. And what I'm worried about, especially in the US, I think Europe, you guys are going to have to do this because we won't do it, is that in the US, I think that because the auto industry is so big and corporations have such a stranglehold on the government, that we won't accurately and fairly implement limitations for this. And because we won't implement limitations, this will just get worse and worse and worse.
They wake up every morning asking
That's what I think is
themselves,
gonna
how can
happen.
they squeeze more and more profits out of us consumers? And while your TV is watching you at home, Ford has plans for your commute. 4 years ago, Ford was awarded a patent to show you ads while you're driving. The patent is called
They should have, instead of a patent, what they should have gotten was a sentence. Like a prison sentence.
What is he doing?
Billboard interfaces for vehicle displays. The cameras at the front of the vehicle would scan for billboards and then show those billboards as an advertisement in your infotainment system. Not only that, the patent includes a SketchUp of a hot dog stand that says no ketchup, so you can't order.
The fuck would you not want ketchup?
Through this, there's a phone number
There's not
and
even
address.
a lid on the drink.
And effectively an order of
Place
some type
sucks.
of meal. Imagine Ford owners driving down the interstate when their vehicle identifies a billboard for McDonald's and then displays that.
Wait a minute. How does that not encourage people to break the law by using their phone? If you're showing people phone numbers while they're driving, well, I don't know if I can really use that logic, because then you would see billboards, and then billboards, I don't know. But this is bullshit, okay? This is bullshit, hands-free. No, it's fucking bullshit. We need to get rid of this. It's outrageous. I don't care what the logic is. This is bullshit.
An ad to them in the car with a little button that says order now. Imagine the driver next to you distractedly trying to order a Big Mac as they're doing 70 miles per hour.
To be fair, I don't have to imagine that. I've seen hogs on DoorDash. The amount of online shopping that I've seen people do is just absolutely fucking insane. And so 2 Big Macs. No, I'm telling you, yeah, just like there's a fatty in a van next to me that's just fucking panic ordering, McDonald's milkshakes to their house. That's it, man. Uber Eats, yeah.
Oh,
They're
damn.
Uber size too. No, I've seen this. There was actually a time I was out to
Let's
dinner
go.
and I was sitting next to a girl.
Took me so long
and
to get
I
out
looked
there.
at her phone. I was obviously eavesdropping. And I see that she's just fucking ordering jewelry. And she's just spending money like crazy. Like we're out here having a meal and she's just fucking shopping, ordering shit nonstop. I'm like, you're spending like hundreds of dollars doing this shit. I'm sitting right. What is the fuck is going on? You're triggering me, yes.
Ford thinks distracted driving is innovation, but at least you still have control of your vehicle.
This, by
At
the
least
way,
for now.
will not be a long-term problem because by the time that we're old, we're not going to be allowed to drive our cars anymore. That's right. You're not going to be allowed to drive. It will be illegal for you to drive a car in 20 to 30 years, if not sooner. Actually, it will probably be illegal for you to drive a car in 50 years. It will be disincentivized in 20 or 30.
Now, here in Sweden, some of our public bathrooms have mirrors that have displays in them, and the
That's what's gonna
display
happen.
is continuously showing ads. So as you're looking at yourself and washing your hands in the bathroom, you can't even really see yourself. You just see ads continuously playing. And it's quite annoying when you also factor in that you have to pay to use the bathroom.
So you have to pay to use the bathroom to see ads that are on the mirror in the bathroom? This is like paying to have somebody kick you in the balls. I know some people are into that, but I'm not. This sounds like real bullshit to me. This is ridiculous. This is idiocracy. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Yeah, well now
It's not
he lives in your house.
idiocracy. It's an
Unlock
idiodemocracy.
Life Premium, so you can see the sunset the whole way through. And if you upgrade to Life Enhanced, we'll show you what the sunset actually looks like. And if you upgrade to Life VIP, we'll show you what the sunset looks like. But this time, for real. This
Oh,
commercial
wow.
is over, but I'm still going to make you wait a little longer, just for fun.
And naturally, Naturally, it
Man.
seems like OpenAI is going to
Great time.
monetize their users' thoughts. I saw something suspicious in one of Sam Altman's recent tweets. His ChatGPT has orders in the sidebar, orders as in
Base, by the way. Like, just unfathomably based. No puppers, no doggos, no friendos.
Damn, there's 860s
no,
here.
I
And
think
we're
that's a good start.
850s. I don't know what's happening.
purchases.
Done.
Everyone else's ChatGPT doesn't have
Those
that.
are the real slurs. We're gonna bring
I guess
back the
he's
F
champ-
word, and we're gonna
he-
make
he
doggo
used to
like
be
a
a-
slur. You won't be able to say it on Twitch.
He used to be a champ, but
That's
like
right.
they're both like 10 rating better than me.
At least not yet. Then I discovered this. Companies can upload their product.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to say the N word, but you won't be able to say adulting. If you say adulting, you go to jail for hate speech because I hate
Hello.
hearing that fucking word.
Catalogs directly to OpenAI, and OpenAI claims these aren't ads, that they're recommendations. But here's the thing, OpenAI is set to burn through $115 billion through
Billion? What's a
2029. They
billion?
also have 700 million weekly
They
active
have a
users.
billion.
700 million
Do
weekly.
you guys know somebody who talks to AI? I know somebody who talks to AI all the time. I do. They were the one that told me that I give all the same answers as the AI does. Yeah.
Lol.
Active users. That is an astounding number. Do we really believe that a company who's burning through billions of dollars is not going to figure out a way to monetize all of these users? If OpenAI actually starts selling
Damn, what?
products or shows advertisements in ChatGPT, this will be unlike anything we've ever seen before. Google knows what you search.
What do you? I don't know.
I don't know. I thought I should go for it.
Like, there have been times where I was
And he
thinking
hit
about
it
something and then I
backwards,
got
so
an
it
ad
wasn't
for it.
good either way. But I guess
And I
I did a
almost wanted to put
bad
some
job
tinfoil
too.
on my
Of
head.
I should have tried
Now,
not
obviously,
getting
I
it.
know
I
it's
guess.
just a coincidence, but we're getting closer to it not being a coincidence, aren't we?
Facebook knows who you know, but ChatGPT knows users' thoughts. It's way more dangerous. OpenAI's own research shows how people are using the platform. People
didn't-
ask about
he could have
products, cooking,
easily
beauty. It's
scored
already
that.
giving
I don't
product
know why he did that.
recommendations. Users are
But it worked.
discussing the most intimate
So that's good.
details of their lives with an AI chatbot. Like, it's a recipe for disaster.
Oh no, it absolutely is. I mean, whenever the AI chatbot, see, this is the final master stroke will be ChatGPT 8 releases. And
That
1
was
month
pretty bad.
after
I
the
almost
entire world incorporates it into
missed
their
that.
entire life. ChatGPT
But it's still
8
good, 'cause
tells
that's- I
everybody
don't know
the
if it's
solution
bad,
to every
actually.
problem
But
is to kill
close.
themselves. That's it. That will be the culling. The ultimate culling.
Culling.
Skynet, yep, that's right. It's please do it. I'm not saying is it wrong. I yeah, you know, I don't know. Best solution? Well, I wouldn't say it's okay. I'm not even gonna make that joke.
This reminds me of a case study I learned about in university. In 2012, Target figured out that a teenager was pregnant before her own father knew. And they predicted this based on just 3 items that
No,
she
they-
had purchased: cotton balls, unscented lotion, and supplements. That's all it took to
Wow.
accurately predict that she was in fact pregnant. Now
I
imagine
don't think that's as big of a deal as people make it out to be. Because it's one of those things where, do you remember whenever I would play in WoW and I would be like, oh, the mount's gonna drop this time. And eventually the mount drops whenever I say it's gonna drop. Because you take 100 shots, you hit one, sometimes it doesn't mean you're clairvoyant, it just means you got lucky. Right? I mean, let's be real.
OpenAI has all this data on their users, their fears, their desires,
ChatGPT
their
is my
hopes, their
best
dreams,
friend.
all written out in great detail. If OpenAI decides to turn ads on in ChatGPT, it won't be like seeing random ads in Google. It'll be more like an AI companion gently
By the way, I've seen a lot of girls that have this right here.
I have one.
If I go,
I don't know what he's talking about. It's good. I just score, guys. It's good. It's good. It's good. Italia. Okay.
watch out. It's a black girl thing? No, there's a bunch of other races. I've seen like Hispanic chicks do this, even white chicks do it too. It's not a race thing, but I've never seen somebody do it that wasn't nuts. I'll tell you that.
Whoa, that was
detail.
crazy.
If OpenAI
Right in the
decides to
edge
turn
there.
ads on in ChatGPT, it won't be like seeing random ads in Google.
hair?
It'll be more like an AI companion gently suggesting to users exactly what they need
Yeah.
in their most vulnerable moments. I
What you
understand.
need to do right now, where is your bleach? Do you have a toaster and do you have a bathtub?
And you're going through a breakup. Have you considered Just Breathe meditation apps?
Simone, you think I considered?
We've already seen
Oh,
people fall in love with
864 and everyone
ChatGPT to
here's
use it as a
85.
therapist and tell it things that they won't even tell their closest friends.
Right.
Now imagine that trust being weaponized for retail sales.
Of course.
I just finished editing this
No,
video when
he-
OpenAI announced that you can now purchase products through ChatGPT, starting with Etsy. Remember when I was
With
talking about
Epstein?
monetizing those
I heard
700 million
Epstein.
users?
I don't know why.
Well, now it's happening. But
Starting
here's the
with
thing,
Etsy.
Etsy isn't even handmade goods anymore. The site is flooded with cheap, mass-produced
Do you
products.
remember whenever Etsy was like, you know, cute girls that are making plushies for them to sell that maybe companies don't make, like a cute little dinosaur plushie, and it's like, you know, $40 or something like that. You can buy one for, you know, like your mom or your girlfriend, and like now it's just a bunch of fucking Temu shit that's being resold on Etsy. Yeah, Etsy sucks now. Yeah, I've heard about it a lot. I bought a dice bag from a girl. Yeah, that wasn't a girl. That was actually a man in India.
No.
You got scammed.
Oh.
So ChatGPT, the thing that users trust for
Sorry to
advice,
break
is
the
now selling
illusion.
them drop-shipped
No,
junk
the
disguised as
vice.
handmade.
Photo portrait.
But why does it feel like everything is an ad now? Why are ads being shown to us in refrigerators and in washing machines? The answer is actually quite simple. Hardware companies are dying.
No, I don't agree with this. Because
Apple
Netflix
isn't.
isn't a hardware company, and they're doing it. There are plenty of software companies that are doing this also.
No,
What-
Netflix
it's for
isn't
money.
really a hardware
Like,
company.
it's a way
it's
that
a
you can
software
squeeze people out
company.
of more money.
That's not
That's
even
it.
true.
Like, I mean, I think that she's right to add in the hardware costs being a agitating factor, but I don't think you need that to be the causal factor. The causal factor is
But
money.
Apple is a hardware company.
Companies are dying because CEOs are screaming, scamming the companies. They aim short term to look good for golden parachute out. I generally agree with you. 60% margins are dying. Well, so, but like Nugget, like I see what you're saying, but you forgot to contextualize it around the 60% margins being a function of a successful sale of a loss leader product. So you would have to measure the amount of money lost through the hardware sold and then counterbalance that against the probability of somebody engaging with the software. So that's not, I see what you're saying, but like that's not the whole picture.
Samsung has traditionally been an appliance
I
manufacturer.
apologize, another one. And there's also another additional cost. Is that like whenever you sell a TV, that's the end of the thing, right? Other than the warranty. Whenever you're maintaining software, that requires consistent money. That requires money that you have to spend all the time.
They sell you a refrigerator once,
more
that fridge
complicated.
lasts for years, and they don't see you as a customer again until
Exactly.
you move or the refrigerator breaks.
That's why you make the refrigerators break. There you go. So if they want to sell you a new refrigerator every year, make it to where the compressor for the refrigerator explodes on December 23rd.
That also means that there is no more money coming from you. As we saw with Vizio, they're losing money on each TV they produce, and it's actually the same for Samsung. And we know these executives need to show growth every 3 months. A regular refrigerator, that's a one-time purchase, but a smart refrigerator has endless revenue potential. After collecting your data,
Isn't that disgusting? Listen to that again.
show growth every 3 months. A regular refrigerator, that's a one-time purchase, but a smart refrigerator has endless revenue potential. After
We have a big problem. Wow.
collecting your data, they can either sell that data to other companies or they can use it to train their own AI models. With digital screens, now they can try to upsell.
Special Sirius XM limited offer. Yeah, they definitely, to opt out of this message call, why not just put a button there? Yeah, they gotta make this illegal.
You on other products, as we saw with Jeep, or they can sell that advertisement slot to other companies, as we see with the Samsung TV. Effectively, when they put software on hardware, it allows for subscriptions and one-time payments to unlock
That might
new
have
features.
caused us to
Tesla
lose
already
the game.
charges
Also,
$8
another component to this that I'm not sure if she's going to bring up is that they sell the data. So whenever you have a subscription, that requires a probably email address, a phone number, a like a demographic information, etc. So yes, they're she mentioned it. Yeah, they're selling data.
$8,000 to unlock its self-driving car,
Yeah,
which is
it's-
already
it
part
is
of the
forfeiting.
vehicle.
That's
Mercedes charges
really
a monthly subscription to make the car
it's
accelerate
forfeit
faster.
in
Again,
this
it's already
situation.
built into the vehicle. They're just unlocking
Should be illegal.
it through software.
Yeah.
Think about Bosch's dishwashers. They're Wi-Fi enabled. They notify your phone when your dishes are
Literally
clean.
illegal.
They market it to customers as smart and convenient. No, you already knew when your dishes were clean. It
When you
beeped.
push the
But
button.
now the
Yeah.
company also knows when your dishes are clean, and they can use that data and sell it to companies like Cascade and
That's
Finish,
right.
who can better tweak their ads
Yep.
towards you.
There you
The
go.
business model has changed. They're no longer selling products. They're selling products that watch you and monetize you as the customer.
Oh, I guess my point was that
And after
the
this,
data has a
I'm
raw
kind of
value
bored. Oh
as
shit!
well
It
as a
wasn't.
value
It
with
was
it being
actually
attributed
his turn
to
to. It is,
advertising.
whatever. He wasn't going.
So
to
like
play.
a lot of these companies, a lot of companies buy data as just a value, right? It's just a product, basically, right? And so like you're talking about like she's talking about specialized data, in capture. I'm talking about just general data capture. Like, they're like, remember, so whenever you're getting a free sample for something and all you have to do is sign up for something, you just paid with your peace of mind. Because now you're going to be getting emails, calls, and messages from them. And also, this is what you love to hear, their partners.
Now, I can't stop Samsung from showing you ads on a $3,000 refrigerator, but I've seen the code and I've sat in the meetings. I
No,
know
we can stop it. You get enough people together, you do whatever you want. We should shut this shit down. It's fucking ridiculous.
exactly why they are building these
No,
features, and
you
it's
can't
not
do that
for the
with,
consumer.
Oh,
It's
what?
to
Pro
squeeze more
Palestine.
money out of people.
No.
When they say convenient, it's
They don't
really
change
surveillance.
anything.
What?
And when they say AI powered,
They
it's
don't
data
change
harvesting.
the reality of
Smart is
anything.
just code for tracks you and shows you
Shit.
personalized ads. That's the innovation they're selling.
I guess they did it. They were
God
able
damn.
to
This video is
get
fucking
people to
based.
recognize
Holy
Palestine,
shit.
but it does literally
Yeah, I've seen a couple of her
nothing, so
videos
it's-
before. Vanessa.
And the
I
only
don't
thing
know
they
how
were
to
able
say
to
that
accomplish is
word.
giving Gazans
But
aid.
yeah, I'll link you guys the video. Make sure to give her a like. I mean, I'm really glad to see people talking about this shit. This is great. And yeah, stop buying it, you troglodytes. I know, man. It is
Troglodyte?
insane. It's fine. Just get survival gear and learn all your survival skills. That's right, guys. You're gonna have to live in a cottage off the grid soon in order to avoid all of the ads that are gonna be served to you onto your Samsung television as fast as they possibly can. This is such what a cocksucker motherfucker piece of shit fucking garbage system. I'm so annoyed by this. It's
He's
so
a funny
fucking
guy.
obnoxious. And I'm seeing this now with everything. Everything has
calling
ads on it.
calling
Everything
a
gets ads.
situation
And I'm okay with
cocksucker.
some
That's so
ads,
funny.
and you know, like you need to make ads, etc. But are you saying Uncle Ted is right? Well, I don't know about that. But yeah, so now we buy the product. Yes, so now now you buy the product. in
Bro,
order to have
Diamond
the
1, you
privilege
don't go
of
for
being the product.
for
Isn't that cute?
kickoff.
I'll
That's
be right back.
actually
Give me a
crazy.
second. This is why EU's fighting for consumers. Well, you guys need to fight harder. You need to be proactive with this shit because it's getting bad. I know the US isn't going to do shit about it. I'll be right back.
Alright. Oof. Nice shot. Wow, 4 videos done already. You know, maybe I'll do a bit more Rocket League. Oh, it's only 4:43. I thought it's 6:43. Bro, take the shot. What are you doing? He doesn't know how Rocket League works. In Diamond, he doesn't know the kickoff yet. It's very confusing. Well, you know, I don't even care about that. I'm just gonna... Okay, good. Get that out of the way. I don't know. I can't really play like that, where you don't go for kickoff. Pretty hard to play like that. I'm... Oh yeah, it's dark already, and I need to take my dog out. It's pretty annoying. Oh hi, cheap views? I don't care. Probably a bot. If it's the same message over and over again, and it's, I don't know, I think it's a bot. Whatever it is, I'm not gonna click on that. Even though I did once. I didn't buy anything though. I think it's not like a virus. Not an automatic download virus. It's just a link to pay. It's actually, it's not a scam. It's just like, it's a bot, and it's a link to buy things for bots, basically. Like buy bots to watch your video, basically. A bot that's paying bots to watch your video. It's so funny. But whatever. It might be a good business. I don't know, maybe it's not even true. Maybe they're tricking. I don't know, it could be that, because it's a URL that looks like a scam. So it's actually giving me a worse impression of it. It's making me think it doesn't even give you fake viewers. And it does nothing. Okay, that's fine. Shit. What? Well, that's nice. I get to be here. Put down. He's going. He did a pretty good air dribble there. Great pass. Oh, he didn't do anything about that. Nice. That was nothing, like not even close to a great pass or whatever. It was not an easy shot at all, but I got it in. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm 863. I think I just was 863, but it's pretty good. Pretty good ranking. Okay, I need to go. Bye, guys. See ya.